Okay, boys and girls, here's what I want you to do today. First of all, if you notice any little bits that are flopping around and in the way, now's a great time to trim those off. Next, your art from yesterday will be returned to you, and you took time yesterday to paint, to draw with paint lines and shapes throughout your artwork. Now we're going to add some of the element of color, even more color to your art. So you're going to use oil pastels for this. Now remember, with Olivia oil pastel, she's kind of like a crayon, but it's softer and the color is brighter and more intense. So there are two ways that you can use these. The first is you could actually use the oil pastel and draw a line on top of the black line that you've made. Here's what I mean. I could take my oil pastel and go right on top. Notice I have to go kind of slowly because my paper is a little bit bumpy. And I picked up white, but you could use any color for this. This looks especially nice if you ended up with really thick black lines, because now you will have another color kind of in the center. So let me do this with red on this one. Okay, so that's the first way you can use the oil pastels. The next way you can use the oil pastels is by coloring in some of the shapes that you've created. So for example, if I want to color in this shape, I'm going to choose a color that's very different than the colors that are going to be surrounding this area. Here I have kind of a peach and an orange. So I think about the color wheel. Across from orange on the color wheel is blue. So I'm going to choose this really bright blue. And I'm going to go in this shape and really just back and forth with Olivia oil pastel to color it in. Okay? So, trim off your extra pieces of paper. Use oil pastels either by, number 1, tracing the lines, or number 2, filling in some shapes. So I would continue going until I feel like I'm happy with that. Now there's another thing we can do today, and that is we get to use a little glitter. When we're using glitter in the art room, we need to make sure that we do it the right way. This is Gloria glue. You're going to open the cap on this. Now, this is what it looks like when she's closed. This is what it looks like when it's open. Okay? So we want a very thin amount of glue on your paper. Glitter sticks to your paper and just about everything else with hardly any glue down at all. So this is about the amount that you want. I'm actually resting, you can hear, resting the orange cap on the paper. So that helps me get a really thin line, and I'm barely squeezing the bottle. So you can do lines like this. You can also do dots of glue, where I'm just barely touching the paper and squeezing it. And then you will get in line, and I will sprinkle the glitter on top of your glue in my special glitter box that I keep in the art room. Okay? The last thing you will do, so we did oil pastel, glue for glitter, and the last thing you will do is sign it like an artist. So you could even use an oil pastel for this and write your name on the front. It's usually done in a corner of your art.